I'm going to make a weekly reading vlog. Today is Friday. Probably won't be the full week just because I do have somewhere to go next Friday. So I'm gonna do my darndest. So I do want to briefly talk about a book that I finished a couple days ago. I know it's not in this week, but I just want to briefly touch on it. So I read the Doomsday Book by Connie Willis, and this was sent to me by Broken Binding. I had never heard of this book before. I gave it 3 stars. It is a book where historians time travel. I don't feel like it was very well established, like who has access to time travel. I think it's just historians, and they go back into time to confirm facts. This book was written in 1992, and it is very concerned about pandemics and about bringing diseases back or bringing diseases to the past. It felt really relevant. There was one point in this book where it was talking about the most recent pandemic for them, which I think was like 20 years before this book took place. And they were like, yeah, the Americans, they refused to wear their masks. They said that we were infringing on their rights, and millions of Americans died because of their pride. I'm like, that is crazy. Literally, we just had proof of that. So funny how that rings true today. Most of this book was really slow. The first half was just like, okay, come on. They don't have cell phones, but they have like landlines that can video call people, and it was a bunch of, this person's not picking up, please leave them a message, please let me know when this person calls me back, let me know when you can talk. A lot of busy lines. I get it, that was the case in the 90s. Oh, hi Bobo. That was the case in the 90s, but like, you couldn't use a little bit of an imagination. There wasn't the possibility of a cellular phone. I don't know. Anyway, that was just a little irritating. Overall, it was okay. Wasn't a waste of time, but I don't think I'm going to continue with this series. Currently, I'm reading Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb. I thought it was time to finish out the realm of the elderlings. It has already made me cry. I'm confused. I'm 172 pages into this, and yeah, I'm just a little confused. So I think I have an idea of what's going on. I think Robin Hobb is pretty good at being a little, I don't know if she's good at it, but like, she's a little heavy-handed on some of the foreshadowing, and it can be frustrating because I'm like, I know what's going on, and I'm not like a genius, but like, how do the characters not know what's going on? I'm like screaming at the page like, ah! So I'm reading this. I probably am not going to read it right now. I've been doing a bunch of work today. I filmed another video earlier. I think I'm going to do my dailies. Well, first, I'm going to make my coffee. And then second, I'm going to do my dailies and Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So, just some more work to do. Changing your clothes in this game is so genuinely annoying that whenever I have to change my clothes for a quest, you bet your ass I will never be changing out of them. Saturday morning. I didn't really end up reading much yesterday. I read probably about 30 pages when I was going to bed. But it's Saturday. I plan on doing a lot of reading today. It's a beautiful 65 degrees outside here in Texas. It's not supposed to get over 80 degrees today. I'm so excited. I'm going to run some errands with my fiance this morning, and then I'm going to come home, and I plan on reading, so I will update y'all then. Robin Hobb has such a beautiful way with the words, and the way she portrays grief is so heart-wrenching. She says, listing who came and who did not makes it seem as if I noticed or cared. I did not. I lived my grief. I slept mourning and ate slow and drank tears. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. And then what else does she say? She says, yet blank's absence was greater than anyone's presence. Like, if you've known, oh my god, who, let me cry and then pick up the camera. No, I mean, if you know grief, deep, sorrowful grief, then it's hard, I think. to not let this impact you. And then blank was there as well, ghosting about in the background, which ghosting, like using the verb ghosting, beautiful, haunting. We spoke once, late at night, and with good intention, he tried to say that my sorrow would pass eventually and my life begin again. I wanted to strike him, and I think it showed on my face. After that, we avoided each other. It's like when you lose someone and people are like, this too shall pass. You will eventually be okay again. And it's like, okay, I don't want to think about how I'm going to be okay again. I just want to be sad. Oh, God. Beautiful. I guess there's going to be a lot of talking in this video and not much of me showing you my reading. I went to a coffee shop with some of my friends today and we read for a little bit. I mostly did some work though. I might read a little bit this evening. We might go to an arcade. If we don't go to the arcade, I will definitely be reading. So we might see a little bit of that. Still Saturday. It's beautiful outside. I've had a fantastic day. And look at Popo. Popo. Yeah, it's Sunday now. And I'm sunburnt. And I am making my breakfasts for the week. And then I am going to read for the evening. I love a Sunday night reading sesh, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Really talked much about Robin Hobb. So this is the first book in the last trilogy of the Realm of the Elderlings. And if you are unaware of Robin Hobb, she wrote the first series in the Realm of the Elderlings probably around the time George R.R. Martin was writing A Game of Thrones, so in the 90s. And her books are pretty widely read. However, she's still, I feel like, less known to the general community. Like if you went up to some reader who doesn't read science fiction and fantasy and asked them about George R.R. Martin, they'd be like, duh. But if you ask them about Robin Hobb, they probably wouldn't know who Robin Hobb is. And that's a shame because she is so good at character writing and character development. And this is no shade to George R.R. Martin because I love A Game of Thrones. However, Robin Hobb has an interesting female perspective and she's really good at writing female characters and the relationships between people. The first series in the Realm of the Elderlings is about a boy named Fitz and basically how he becomes an assassin. He's a bastard of the royal line and becomes an assassin in order to become more useful to the family or to become useful in a way that isn't by birthright. And then the second series takes place in another part of the world, in the southern region of the world. Is one of my favorite series of the entire collection, I guess. That one is about ships that are alive basically and they follow families. It's about dragons. It's about dragons too. It's really cool. And then the third series goes back to Fitz, talks about Fitz and his life again. And then the next one is a quartet. I know there's a specific word, I just can't quite remember. And then that one takes place again in the southern region. And then this last series is the last one. This is about Fitz again, Fitz and the Fool. It's difficult to talk about this one because I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to give anything away. All I can say, probably not all I can say, but I am really enjoying this. It is bringing new elements into the whole story that I'm really enjoying. And it's heart-wrenching, as you probably saw some of my clips earlier. It is just so good. These books are just very dense and they do take me a little while, which I love. The chapters are very long. This book is about 675 pages long and I am on 345, so a little over halfway. So good. Can you tell it's morning? It is 7:40 a.m. on Monday morning, and I quite literally just woke up about 10 minutes ago. So all I want to do today is read. All I want to do is finish my book, but unfortunately, I have to make that bread and be a capitalist cook. So let's do that. I have a meeting today and I also need to work on a project today. So I gotta do that and I gotta do laundry. So the to-do list is not long today, but nevertheless, it is still annoying. Let's get this bread. I know what I said about the only thing I wanted to do today was read. However, I got a little restless, and we have had this just like reclining chair for the longest time, just kind of in our reading area. I didn't really know what to do with it, but I like it. And then we have this brown bookshelf that doesn't really go with our other bookshelves. It's like a bigger version of these, and I'll show you it in just a second. It's always been kind of off to the side. It's never really been utilized. It's kind of really just used for storage. And I can't fit it in any of the other rooms in this house except for the living room where we watch TV, just because the ceilings aren't tall enough to fit it unless we take it out of the house all the way back around and through the garage, which, let's be real, just is not going to happen. And so I rearranged some things and I think I like it. It feels cozy. So this is what I have. So these are all of our books, and then this couch was over there, kind of like catty corner to the rug, and I've put them together. This was over here with that painting in between these windows, and this chair was just kind of like here. I don't know, it did not look good. So I think I like this. These are our Halloween decorations, don't mind that, and that's my fiance's golf stuff. Now that corner's gone, I gotta figure out where to put that. But I think I like it. This definitely needs to be redecorated and actually putting some books on there, which is good because unfortunately we are running out of space over here. We need to do a unhaul of a lot of our books. But yeah, I like this a lot because now you can get some real lighting from this window. And then with this little lamp here, I think it looks really cute. So yeah, I like this for now. We'll see. But the Halloween stuff is another thing I need to figure out. We put on a big Halloween party every year. We've been doing it for like, I don't know, 8 years now, minus COVID. So I need to start prepping for that because I like doing like, I don't know, I like over decorating, and that kind of starts in September. I have to start thinking of what I want to do and where I want things to be. So, well, I'll show you. So what I've been wanting to do this year is kind of make our hallway like a spooky forest type thing. And I have all of these vines that I got for last year because I did like an apothecary type thing in our bathroom. And I'm glad I saved these because I was like, what am I ever going to use these for again? But I hate being wasteful with decorations. I hate one-use decorations. And so I was like, okay, I'll just spray paint the vines black to make them spooky. And I did it to one, and it was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, and I think it's going to require a lot more spray paint than I thought it would, and it's a lot more time consuming than I thought it would be. So I'm gonna try to put up a green one next to the black one that I spray painted and see if it's really that noticeable and if it really makes that much of a difference. So I'm gonna do that. This book literally had me grasping for air. Gasping for air. Oh my god. I had to stop reading. Like, I genuinely couldn't take it. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a major spoiler alert. So do not watch this part unless you have read The Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb, which is book 1 of The Fitz and the Fool. I just have to talk about it. So it was when Fitz went with his daughter to the town to do Winterfest shopping, or winter whatever shopping, Christmas shopping basically. And the day was so cute. It was so cute. You know something's gonna go wrong though. There's this scene with a dog where Fitz kills this dog because someone's torturing it, and then it becomes a whole thing, and you're like, okay, whew, glad that's over, but that wasn't so bad. And then there's Shun and Fitz Chivalry, who are just menaces, especially Shun, because they don't really know who Fitz is. They just think it's Tom Badgerlock for the most part. And then you have Revel, who is like, you're not fit to take care of your daughter anymore. I'm going to be bringing her back to Buckkeep. You don't have a say in this. Me and your other daughter agree. And I'm like, no. He's like, he's a good dad, and he's a good parental figure. And yeah, he's not as attentive because he's literally grieving his lost wife, and he is trying so hard to make everything work. And that's what he's done his whole life, is just try so hard. It's so heart-wrenching. And then, oh my god, obviously, right, I've known this since the beginning, or since she was born, that B is a white prophet, or a white, I guess, probably the white prophet, and she is the lost son of the Fool, because she's always, I don't know the exact logistics of that, I just know that she's always seen as a boy. She likes dressing up as a boy, and she's already said that her dreams can be false, because the person who came through in her dream ended up being a boy rather than a girl. And also I know that the whites are a little bit more androgynous, and so my thought is that B is the lost son, even if she is female. And then she helps this beggar, and the beggar, I didn't realize during her chapter that it was the Fool, and oh my god. And then Fitz comes out and sees a beggar holding his daughter, freaks out, stabs him, and I'm like, oh my god, she's going to be traumatized. She's definitely going to be taken away from him now. And then it's revealed that it's the Fool. Fitz has been searching for the Fool for years, not searching, but wanting to see the Fool for years, and he stabs him. Oh my god. Nothing ever goes right for Fitz, and it is so horrible. It's horrible to read. And I'm gonna have to stop my chapter there for the afternoon. I'm gonna finish the book this evening, but the feelings that this book has stirred inside of me is something that I haven't felt when reading a book in the longest time. Oh my god. So I finished Fool's Assassin last night, and The ending almost gave me a heart attack. It's like the book is so slow. Like, you know something's building. You just don't quite know what it is yet. And then you get to the end and it all happens in like 50 pages and it doesn't leave you room to catch your breath. So I finished that and I was like, my intention was to read something else in between that book and the next one because I'm going somewhere next weekend that won't be very conducive to reading. So I don't really want to get into a big book. However, the way Robin Hobb ended that book, she truly left me no choice. So I did start Fool's Quest last night. I am 80 pages through. This will probably take me a little bit. Maybe I can finish it by this weekend. I doubt it. I've really been wanting to knit again. So while I was working today, I started watching Gilded Age on HBO. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm on episode 3. It's basically what it sounds like. It's about the Gilded Age. And it's based in New York. It's about like old money or like old New York society versus new New York society. And it's pretty good. And whenever I'm into a show, I like to knit at the same time because God forbid I just sit and watch something. I think I'm physically incapable now of just sitting and enjoying a TV show with nothing else happening. So I've been wanting to knit, but I don't want to pay for yarn and I don't have anything I want to knit. I just want the motions of knitting without having to put any thought into it. So probably won't do that, but I am going to finish up some work. It's really beautiful this morning here. I'm trying to enjoy it before we get another heat wave, before real fall. I say that I'm not going to go outside. So I don't know where I was planning on going with that. However, I am going to finish up work and then have some lunch and read and walk probably. So I did get something new though. I want to show y'all. It's pretty cool. How pretty is this? It looks kind of bad on video actually, but it looks pretty cool in person. This is our bedroom. I did not get this with the intention of putting it in our bedroom. It's really for our Halloween party that I was talking about. I have plans for it. But it's cool. There's like shooting stars and it moves with the real rotation of the earth or whatever. So it's pretty cool. The chapter that I just finished had my mouth, my jaw, like a fly could have flown in there. I am flabbergasted. I feel like there's so much payoff with this final series. It's like things you've been waiting 9 books for, you're finally getting. And it's so gratifying. This is something that you don't get with a standalone or with a shorter series. It's like the vindication of things that you've been waiting for. I don't even know. I'm gonna keep reading is what I'm gonna do. I love this line and I think it's a testament to me not liking happy endings, which I haven't really explained, I guess. But Robin Hobb, she says, I found myself speaking softly as if I were telling an old tale to a young child and giving it a happy ending, when all know that tales never end and the happy ending is but a moment to catch one's breath before the next disaster. So true, bestie. So all I've been wanting to do is read Fool's Quest, and I have been shirking my duties to do so. But I am on page 342 out of, what is it, 784. So I might be on track, maybe, to finish the book by Friday. That's my goal. It is so good. I don't know how many times I've probably said that throughout this video, but I can't get over it. I am enthralled, and all I want to do is sit on my behind and read. So that's exactly what I'm about to do. Make myself coffee. Now I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna read. So it actually looks like I might be on track to finish the book today. I'm on page 648, and there's, what did I say, 784 pages. So I should be able to finish it today, and then I won't be able to start the next one until I get back from my trip next week. So it'll be a little painful. I'll need to find something to read in the interim, I guess. Or maybe I won't read anything at all. Shock. Oh my, I got some bags, don't I? I am sleepy or ill, one of the two. Cool, well, I'm gonna do that and see how much I can get through today. I finished Fool's Quest, and thankfully it didn't end on quite a cliffhanger as Fool's Assassin did. So I don't feel quite as guilty or like I'm having FOMO by putting the series down and picking it back up in a few days. I ended up giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna be real, it's hard not giving a Robin Hobb book 5 out of 5 stars. It's kind of cool to see different worlds colliding. I am very intrigued to see how the rest of the story continues. And this is probably where I will end this vlog. It was less of a weekly reading vlog and more of a Fits in the Fool reading vlog. I definitely want to vlog me reading Assassin's Fate, and I have a lot of other books lined up that I want to read soon. We're coming into spooky season, and for the life of me, I am unable to read a scary book outside of the month of September and October. So I have quite a few books lined up there that I've been wanting to read. And then I have a few lit RPG books that I'm wanting to get into. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this and my very real reactions to some of the things that happened in these books. And I'll see y'all next time.